Jennifer and Cold Reporter. Question for you. We're playing in cold weather and weather conditions up in Ohio State and big games like Michigan, things like that. How does that help prepare you for the playing in possibly inclement weather going to the NFL?
I think it does give you an edge. You know, you've kind of seen it all, especially here at Ohio State. You mentioned whether it's cold or wind wise, in that stadium, the wind swirls. So you're really getting it from every direction, just about every game, especially later in the year. You know, heading up to East Lansing, that's always a little bitter and kind of gets down to the core of your body. So being able to play in those conditions, it really doesn't turn any team away from you at the next level. They know you can handle that condition and pressure as well, just the type of games that we play in. So
thank you.
Yep.
All right, next we'll go to Nathan Baird. Nathan.
Drue, just where is your focus between the end of the past season and the draft, I suppose? What's kind of the balance between trying to improve physically, trying to improve as far as technique? Where have you been trying to sort of hone those kind of extra yards, extra hang time, whatever, into your game?
I think you really got to look at it all. And I've been bouncing around here back in Columbus and then training with my kicking coach in Alabama. So when I'm down there kicking, that's kind of more technique wise. And then when I'm back up here, still working with the same strength staff that I was with for the last 5 years, it's more developmental body wise and everything. So still a combination. It's always a process. You're always trying to find that, you know, like you were saying, extra half second of hang time and another 5 yards on your ball. So I think both of those go into play when talking about that.
Who's your coach in Alabama?
Mike McCabe with one-on-one kicking. He works with a numerous amount of kickers and punters in the NFL.
All righty, next up, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Hey, Drue, I know you had said before that, you know, the hang time was a big thing that you were working on. Do you feel like your workout today was able to show that?
I did. Didn't get the exact numbers back. I'd heard it hit a few 5.0s, which is always a good thing to hear. It was pretty breezy out there too, so I was certainly trying to cut through the wind as well. So still be able to hit that target mark and place it where I was wanting to with that hang time. I think I displayed pretty well today.
Thanks, Drue.
Yep.
All right, we'll take 2 more for Drue. We'll go first to Tim Hall. Tim.
Hey, Drue, what's going on, man? I was just wondering, what guys in the NFL do you really look to? I know a lot of people, they love Johnny Hekker. Clearly, you got a guy that did it here at Ohio State. Who do you look up to there?
Yeah, Cameron's definitely a guy that I've been able to talk to throughout this whole process, really my entire college career, just because he's been through it, and especially going through it now. He just got a very nice deal heading to Houston, so hopefully he plays there for a while. So kind of picking his brain just off of NFL. But the guy who I really watch a lot is Hekker. As you mentioned, he's kind of a taller frame. Also, he has a little bit of a quarterback background, so I like that part of his game. Kind of being able to keep the other team on their toes, not sure if it's going to be a fake or a punt. But he actually works with Mike McCabe as well with one-on-one, so I have a lot of his practice film to kind of go through.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All righty, and the last question for Drue, we'll go to Tim May. Tim.
Yeah, Drue, do you think if you'd gotten to kick at Michigan State most of the games in your career, you might be considered the #1 pick in this draft? And then number 2, no, but you did mention East Lansing. That did bode well. If you had to point to a video for these guys to watch about you and what you're all about, would it be those couple of games in East Lansing more than anything else? And what was it you showed more than anything else you think in those?
I certainly, I never had a bad time going up East Lansing. The beginning of the first time I was up there was a little rough. Honestly, kind of my favorite game just because of how it started and then kind of how I ended. So being able to show that I can bounce back from kind of a bad start there, you could say. That was probably my favorite game. But then this past season as well, it was not as cold this past time, but it's I mean, it's still East Lansing, so you're going to get kind of weird conditions. So never had a bad time up there. And not saying if I would have, punted up there, Justin Fields and I would be batting for at least number 2. But I don't know. We don't know. So we'll see.
Hey, one other quick thing. What is your realistic expectation for you punters and kickers into a draft? Because sometimes it just seems to be whimsical, whether they take punters and kickers. And just what are your thoughts about that? Right.
There's no guarantee. I'm probably not even going to tune in the first day. That has happened for a long time. That's the dream, is to get drafted. Every year though, it's not a guaranteed. Sometimes not even a single punter gets drafted. So I think last year we had a few. This year, it's looking good, just with the salary cap situation. So some team might be able to pull the trigger. I hope they do. I was hope that I showed enough today that they would take a chance on me like that. But yeah, you kind of got to go into it getting ready to really compete for the job, honestly. So there's no guarantees, and I hope everything works out. So.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to click on that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing, and come visit us over at BuckeyeGrove.com for all the best Ohio State information on the web.